I turned away after witnessing my childhood friend, drugged and burning with desire, drag the principal's daughter into the bathroom. In my past life, I had rushed in to stop his violent act, but that only put me in danger. By the time the police arrived, my school uniform was torn to shreds. Photos of me disheveled in the bathroom went viral online. So much for being the cold top student. She's just a SL*T who can't control herself. My reputation was ruined, and I was expelled from school. My childhood friend married me to save his own reputation, but our marriage was my true hell. I fell into severe depression and mental instability, losing 8 pregnancies in 10 years. People gossiped that I was promiscuous, that my body was worn out from being used by too many men. My parents, trying to make amends to my husband, poured all their efforts into supporting him. But the first thing he did after gaining full control of my family's company was to frame my father for financial crimes. My father died of a heart attack in prison. My mother, unable to bear such a huge blow, died in a car accident. When I heard the news, I was devastated beyond words, but my husband of 10 years appeared before me, arm in arm with a transfer student. UB*TCH. If you hadn't interfered back then, Lily and I would have been together long ago. She wouldn't have been forced by her parents to abort our child. I coughed up blood and died with my eyes wide open in disbelief. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the day my childhood friend was drugged. After school, there weren't many people left in the building. I took deep breaths of fresh air, trying to calm my emotions after being suddenly pulled back from the hatred and fear of my death. Lily was handing Zach a bottle of water. It contained an aphrodisiac that would inflame his desires. In my past life, I had accidentally discovered Lily pouring an unknown white powder into the water. I exposed her on the spot, but Zach didn't believe me. He insisted on drinking the water anyway. He even asked if I was jealous because Lily was prettier than me, and that's why I was always targeting her. This time, I didn't try to stop him. After taking the water, Zach instinctively looked at me. You're not going to try to control even my drinking water, are you? Do whatever you want, I said with a wave of my hand. Lily couldn't miss any opportunity to attack me. She immediately chimed in. Natalie, your possessiveness over Zach is too much. Doesn't he even have the freedom to make friends? With those words, the few classmates who hadn't gone home yet gave me strange looks. Zach's face darkened even more. She's nothing, just a bookworm, he muttered. I gripped my pen tightly, hatred surging in my eyes. Are you two done? I haven't said anything from start to finish, have I retorted. Zach was taken aback and fell silent, his face stony. Lily continued to stir up trouble. You might not have said anything, but your face looks very unhappy. I just said a few words to Zach, and you're already scowling. Hearing this, Zach shot me an annoyed glare. As if to spite me, he drank the entire bottle of water. In my past life, I had knocked the bottle away, so he only took one sip, but even that one sip was enough to make him lose control. I couldn't imagine what would happen now that he had drunk the entire bottle. I found myself looking forward to it in a twisted way, seeing him finish the water. Lily could barely contain her excitement. She grabbed Zach's hand. Zach, walk me home. Of course, Zach wouldn't refuse. The two of them left the classroom hand in hand. 10 minutes later, Penny, our class monitor, burst into the classroom, her face flushed red. By then, I was the only one left in the room. Penny stammered, clearly struggling to say something difficult. What's wrong? Did something happen to Zach and Lily? I asked proactively. Penny grabbed my hand. Yes, it's them. They, what happened? I asked, looking directly into Penny's eyes and pretending I knew nothing. I used to trust Penny implicitly. She wasn't just our class monitor, but had been my desk mate for all 3 years of high school. I thought we were best friends who could tell each other anything, but I never imagined she would stomp on me so hard after the incident. She told everyone that I had a crush on Zach and drugged him myself. She even started a live stream to denounce my actions. I was her desk mate for 3 years. I always knew she liked Zach. I just never thought she would actually do something like this. Natalie is a sex addict. She once called 10 male escorts in one night. I tried to advise her, but she wouldn't listen. She also had an unclear relationship with the old widower next door. This livestream pushed the whole incident to its climax. I was completely cast into the abyss, and the school persuaded me to drop out. Later, I ran into her by chance. By then, she had already climbed to a high position. Thank you. If it weren't for your incident, I wouldn't have been able to take your spot for early admission to the top university and end up where I am now. As the memories flooded back, I stared hard at Penny. In my past life, she and I had discovered Zach dragging Lily into the bathroom together. I rushed in to stop him while Penny said she would go call for help, but she just hid to the side to watch and record videos. Seeing that I wasn't in a hurry, Penny became flustered and incoherent. Zach dragged Lily into the men's bathroom. Lily kept crying. Zach is trying to assault Lily, but don't they like each other? How do you know Lily isn't willing? I asked. Hearing me say this, Penny was stunned. Everyone in our class knew that Zach and Lily were flirting, just short of making it official. Penny anxiously grabbed my wrist. But they're still students. They can't do this. Come on, let's go take a look. We can't just ignore this. The calculation in Penny's eyes was about to spill over. She just wanted to ruin me to get the early admission spot to the top university. I didn't say anything more and followed her downstairs. On the way, I secretly sent pre-written SOS messages to the principal and other school leaders, as well as contacting some influencers who were live streaming nearby. Lily was the principal's daughter. After all, in my past life, when persuading me to drop out, the principal had utterly humiliated me, saying I was damaged goods that had been written by thousands. This time, I wanted the principal to get a good look at the show her daughter was putting on. As we approached the bathroom, we could hear ambiguous sounds coming from inside. Zach, baby, more. I want more. Zach, you're so good. The woman's moans and the man's grunts were nonstop. Penny's eyes darted around. Natalie, you go in first to stop them. I'll go find someone to help. No, I can't go in. Let's just wait here for the teachers, I said, shrinking my neck and pretending to be scared. Penny glared at me in annoyance. She forced down her temper and lowered her voice. If you don't go in now, they'll go all the way. Do you really want to let Zach go to Lily? The bathroom's outer door wasn't fully closed. Through the crack, I could see Zach pressing Lily against the wall. Lily was half undressed, exposing herself. Zach was frantically tearing at Lily's uniform, biting all over her body. Lily pretended to struggle, but wasn't actually using any strength. Her coy resistance only made Zach more uncontrollable. I pressed my lips together tightly, pretending to be conflicted. Okay, you're right, I'll go in now. Just as I was about to push the door door open, I turned back to Penny and said, "Hurry and find a teacher, I can't hold out for long." Penny nodded eagerly. She turned and ran, but after rounding a corner, she came back. She gleefully took out her phone, started recording, and wedged it into the door crack. Inside was chaotic, with lewd sounds coming out unabashedly. After doing this, Penny finally went to find teachers and security guards, feeling very pleased with herself. When a group of people rushed to the teaching building, the couple inside were still going at it vigorously. Penny covered her face and cried, blocking the principal. "Teacher, I don't know why they're doing this." The principal's face was dark with anger. She didn't know her daughter Lily was inside. Penny hadn't clarified who exactly was in there. Penny wanted to ruin not just me but Lily as well. After all, in her eyes, we were both her competitors. Today, Education Bureau officials happened to be visiting for an inspection. Now, a group of education officials were following the principal to catch people in the act. The scene couldn't be more dramatic. The principal was shaking with rage. With education officials watching, it seemed her chances for promotion were likely ruined. I guess the principal probably wanted to kill the adulterous couple inside right now. The principal tried to move forward. Penny blocked the principal again, crying and wailing, "Principal, inside is." She pretended to be reluctant. The principal grabbed her shoulders. "Who is it?" Penny acted like she had been frightened to tears and said between sobs, "It's Natalie." The principal naturally knew who I was. My grades were always top of the year, and I was the most promising candidate for early admission to the top university. The principal's eyes bulged with rage. "That SL." She abruptly cut off the insult she was about to hurl. The education officials were still watching, so the principal couldn't speak too harshly at this moment. The people inside were still lost in their passion, completely unaware of the commotion outside. The lewd sounds coming from inside grew even more unbridled. Penny covered her chest and cried, "Natalie, how could you be so foolish? Why can't you control yourself? Are you really that desperate for men?" With those words, the education officials' expressions turned extremely unpleasant. They considered themselves respectable people and didn't want to barge in at a moment like this. A group of people with varying expressions waited downstairs, looking at each other awkwardly. "Me? What about me?" I finally emerged from my hiding place in